Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So a bunch of Walking Dead Season 5 stuff happening right now. I asked you all to submit questions during my breakdown video of the special, and since then they've actually announced the day that the Comic-Con panel is going to be happening and when they're going to air that trailer. So mark your calendars for Friday, July 25th from 12:20 p.m. to 1:20 p.m. Pacific time. I'll be posting a full breakdown of that after it happens, so be sure to subscribe to get that video. There's also going to be a whole bunch of other stuff happening that weekend, so I'm going to be doing some specific Comic-Con videos starting next week. I'll also explain the special giveaways I'm going to be doing that week whenever I start posting those. So time to answer some questions. Assume spoilers for everything up to where we are on the show right now, everything through Season 4. There's also not a lot of stuff that's discussed from the comics, aside from what we've already talked about, like the Hunters and Father Gabriel, and a few behind-the-scenes images from stuff they've been filming. So here we go. Everybody ready? Question number 1. Alex asks, what happened to Tara's sister? Is she ever coming back? So Lily was actually killed during the governor's attack, in the aftermath of that. Yes, she did kill the governor. That was the last we saw of her on screen. It's implied that she just didn't survive the Walker assault that came after the survivors took off in different directions. They didn't really say flat out whether or not she died from some sort of wound she received, or if she shot herself, or died some other way. Based on the look in her eyes as she shot the governor, I'm assuming that she shot herself. Her daughter was dead, and the man she trusted turned out to be a complete lie. Had Tara been there, she might have saved Lily, but she wasn't. So I think that Lily just didn't have anything to live for anymore and just wanted it all to be over. That's just my interpretation, but I just read it as her killing herself. Question number 2, Dominique asks, once the survivors escape Terminus, what do you think that they're going to do? Depending on when they leave Terminus or escape Terminus, I think they're going to head to Alexandria. For the people that haven't read the comic, that's basically Washington, D.C., that thing that we saw on Beth's spoon in that Daryl episode. It's also the place where Abraham was trying to get Eugene to. Based on a lot of the stuff that's being filmed right now and stuff that people have been posting to Facebook, it seems like they're not going to get there for a while, so I'm hoping that Season 6 turns into the journey to Alexandria. Andrew J. West's character, Gareth, this guy, is a series regular this year, meaning he's in most of the episodes. I'm hoping that means that they spend a large portion of the season at Terminus. They're only about halfway through filming the series, so as they post new images, if things are implied that they're going to get anywhere specific, I'll try and say in a video. Question number 3, KJ asks, what did you think about Aisha Tyler's comment about Beth becoming Gareth's Terminus Queen? So I totally didn't believe that, but I did think it was a funny way to think about Beth. She's supposed to get a lot more mature this season, but the only thing we know about her specifically is that she's going to get her own story like the governor did in Season 4. There's going to be like a Beth episode that tells the story of what happened to her right after she got kidnapped. Most of the rumors I've seen say her story this season will mostly take place away from the survivors. I do think they're going to be reunited eventually, but it's fun to think about a scenario whereby Beth helps them escape. I don't know necessarily that's what's going to happen though. Question number 4, Ash asks, do you have a theory on how Carol and Tyrese learn about Rick and the group being trapped? And do you think it'll be an emotional reunion? So I think that they're going to arrive at Terminus like right as Rick's group is getting stuffed in that train car. I'm hoping it's like a situation where they get to the fence line and see Gareth's men with guns on Rick as they're getting stuffed into the car. Or it could be like a situation where they hit the fence and they see something funky going on unrelated to Rick's group and they just figure it out that the Terminus is a bad place. I don't think that they'll just waltz in the front gate and be dumped in the train car like everyone else. But as for the reunion, if they do end up going inside Terminus, yes, Rick is probably going to have a major joy attack when he sees Judith. I feel like him seeing Judith inside Terminus would be something that would set him off, like it would cause him to go crazy on all the Terminus people. Question number 5, Rose asks, do you think that Daryl will be happy to see that Beth is alive when and if they meet up with everyone again? I don't think that Daryl's going to see Beth anytime soon, but I think it's just going to be like Rick seeing Judith again. Beth is very precious to Daryl. They had that life-changing field trip together. I think she really brought him back from the dead, emotionally speaking. I know there were a lot of people talking about an implied ship between the two of them, like something deeper. I don't think that was going on. I think that he just has a really soft spot for her. Question number 6, Galaxy Ronin asks, if they're doing flashbacks this season, do you think the characters from the first 2 seasons who died might make an appearance? I wonder if you're asking about the Morales family. They're actually not confirmed dead, they're just like alive floating around somewhere. A lot of people were hoping that they'd come back in the season 3 finale, but never did. I definitely think that they'll be doing more flashbacks, but usually they're just to tell character backstories or deal with periods of time that the show did not include. It's like at the end of Season 4 when we had that flashback to the prison. That took place between the Season 3 finale and the Season 4 premiere. It was just like a period of time that the show didn't do. I think if they end up doing non-character specific flashbacks, like group flashbacks again, it'll be from between seasons. Mostly, I'm just expecting to see more characters' backstories, like when we got Michonne flashbacks last season. Question number 7, David asks, do you think that anyone is going to buy into Gareth's new way of life that they teased? I would be so disappointed if one of the survivors didn't accidentally eat some of the meat off that grill. It'd be pretty funny in like a horrifying way. I don't think that we're going to see any brainwashed survivors. I don't think that the new Rick would let that happen to anyone. But just looking at the people in this train car, I don't think that any of them are so empty-headed that they let Gareth fill them with ideas. So whenever Andrew J. West was teasing Gareth's philosophy in that interview that he did, he made it sound like the show was going to treat it as like a really big deal. So I think that the show's going to tease us and make us think that some of the characters will drink the Kool-Aid. But in the end, I don't think that any of them are going to go to the dark side. I am really curious to see what ends up happening to Gareth's character at the end of this season. Question number 8, Fabian asks, how much time will the survivors spend at Terminus, the whole season or just half of it? So whenever Andrew West's character was named a series regular for season 5, I thought that they meant they'd be spending a ton of time there, but based on some of the images that I've seen recently, it makes me think something a little bit different. Most of the behind the scenes images that are being posted from production now are from other places like out in the world. In terms of production status, I think they're about halfway done filming episodes. Norman Reedus posted this picture saying day 1 at the beginning of May. So based on a production schedule of like 6 to 8 episodes per week, like that's what it takes for them to get through filming an episode. I think they're at least about halfway through all the episodes this season. There have been a lot of spoilery images of survivors doing things on different sets. I'm not going to post any of those pictures here just because they are kind of spoilery, but right now I'm going to say that, mid-season finale, they'll probably be out of Terminus. They could totally get out before then, but whenever they do, I think it's going to be with tons of explosions and tons of walkers. Question number 9, Ant C asks, what do you think caused Glenn and Maggie's group to get put in the train car? Yeah, they didn't really answer that in the special. They just kind of danced over the question. I think that they just did something like Rick's group. Like Maggie flipped out and saw something fishy and pulled a gun. Glenn is just as quick to action, but of all the people in their group, I think that Maggie would be the first one to go crazy on a termite. Question number 10, Castiel asks, if Beth is with Father Gabriel, do you think that those two will head to Terminus, or will they do like a Beth Father Gabriel episode like they did at the end of season 4? So I assume you're talking about like the governor episode where they did the backstory. Yes, I think that she's going to be with Seth Gilliam's character, and if he does turn out to be Father Gabriel, he's going to take her to his church. Like I said, they're going to tell a Beth story in its own episode, just like the governor got, where they told what happened to him after Woodbury. There's been no indication that Beth's character is heading back to Terminus, so I can't really confirm when she's going to reunite with any of the survivors. Question number 11, John asks, do you prefer the comic or the show? So there's actually still a lot of the comic that I haven't read yet. I only try to stay like where we are in the show, so I try not to get too far ahead. I haven't really read All Out War or New Beginning yet. I guess that means I prefer the show. I started watching the show before I started reading the comic. It's a big difference in, say, the way I experience a show like Game of Thrones, where I have read everything that's happened so far, so I'm way further ahead than the actual show. Question number 12, Nathan asks, hey Charlie, who do you think will be the first survivor in Rick's group to bite the dust this season? So there've been a lot of Glenn rumors, but based on, how much they've been able to stretch out the plot from the comics, I think it's possible that they could go all season without killing anyone. AMC has no reason whatsoever to kill them off, and they can always demand that Scott Gimple keep them alive if they really wanted to. Just to be clear though, I don't think that they would demand that a character not be killed. Eventually I do think someone has to die. They have to kill someone at some point, but it could be like the season 5 finale before we see that. Question number 13, Code Red asks, do you think another group may rescue the survivors, such as the Hilltop or the Kingdom? So I don't think we're going to see anyone from the Kingdom. For anyone that hasn't read the comic, that's basically the people near Washington, D.C. That's like a school near Washington, D.C., so that's way farther away. That's in like issue 100 when that shows up, and we're in like issue 60 where the show is right now. I think if they get any outside help, it'll be from the other survivors, like Carol and Tyrese, or Morgan will reappear. Mostly, I think that their escape will be because of something that they do, the survivors inside Terminus. I don't think it'll be like a Deus Ex Machina situation. There is that Walker Parade, that's going to get there eventually, but I don't think that's going to be the direct cause of their escape. I think it's just going to help create a distraction for the Terminus people. Question number 14, Nicholas asks, do you ever think that Morgan will come back? So Scott Gimple did say that he would come back eventually, and whenever he was talking about it, it was during season 4. He was like, he's not coming back this season, but definitely in the future. Technically, it's the future now, but I'm starting to think that if we do see him, it will be at like another big location like Alexandria. So it could even be like season 6 before we see him again, but we will see him again. Question number 15, Daniel asks, if everyone is infected with the virus, how come people that get bitten turn way faster? So the walkers have like all this crazy bacteria growing in their mouth. Whenever someone gets bitten, they get infected with that crazy bacteria, and it causes all kinds of crazy infections that shuts down people's immune systems way faster. So it's not so much about getting bitten by a walker, it's about getting infected with all that extra bacteria. Question number 16 and last one. Mess Monster asks, for the last 16 episodes in season 4, it was all about, can you come back from doing terrible things? And now that we're in season 5, what do you think this season's going to be about? So thematically, they just kind of explained that it's about doing what it takes to survive, rising to the challenge. Like, are you willing to do what it takes? Do you have it inside of you? That's where you get the talk about people who are not badasses becoming badasses. There are so many awful things that I'm looking forward to seeing Rick and the other survivors do this season. It's going to be so much fun. It's very action-based. Maybe in one of my future bonus videos, I'll do like a video for the top 10 most badass things that the survivors have done so far. Thank you so much for submitting questions. These Q&A videos are always a ton of fun to do. Remember, check the description for more Walking Dead links and important dates. But my next bonus video will probably be a Comic-Con explainer, so be sure to subscribe to get that. I'm really looking forward to doing that, and there's also going to be a special giveaway. So right now you can click here to learn about what went down with all that new footage, and you can click here to learn about the new characters coming to Season 5. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tonight. High fives.